Ever met a girl who's quiet, reserved, maybe even a little cold? She's not rude, just hard to read, but something about her pulls you in. Flirting with someone like that takes more than charm. It takes patience, subtlety, and real effort. No grand moves, just steady, genuine connection. Over the next 30 days, I'll walk you through how to build trust, spark interest, and slowly draw her out. Ready to crack the quiet code? Week 1. Laying the groundwork. Get in her orbit without being overwhelming. Day 1. Make your first impression count. When dealing with someone shy or reserved, the first interaction has to be just right. Warm, but not overbearing. You don't want to immediately dive into deep conversation or come off too strong. Real story. I once worked with a quiet girl named Rachel. The first time I tried talking to her, I simply said, "Hey, I saw you were reading that book the other day. How is it?" She replied, "It's good, thanks." I didn't push, didn't dive into questions, and didn't try to impress her. Instead, I just smiled and said, "I might give it a read too. Looks interesting." She smiled back, not much, but a real smile. That's the opening I needed. Your move. Make sure your first words are casual. Focus on one specific detail you know about her, something you've seen her do or something she's posted on social media. Don't overthink it, just be friendly and respectful. What to say? "Hey, I noticed you were wearing a band shirt the other day. Do you listen to them often?" "I saw you were reading that book. What's it about? I'm looking for new reads." "I've been wanting to try the coffee at that place you like. Would you recommend it?" You're not diving into a deep conversation, just giving her a reason to talk. Day 233. Small interactions. Just get in her space. Over the next couple of days, keep it simple. If you're in the same class, team, or workplace, make sure to say hi every time you cross paths. Nothing major, just establishing yourself as someone who's friendly and easygoing. Example. You're both getting coffee in the same break room, smile, say hey, and keep it light. "I always love the coffee here. You usually go for the dark roast?" "I tried the new sandwich today. Was it as good as they say?" At this point, you're not forcing a conversation. You're just putting yourself on her radar and opening a tiny door to future chats. Week 2. Increasing comfort. Focus on connection, not flirting. Days 4 through 7. Engage her in short, personal conversations. At this stage, you should focus on giving her space to talk about herself. Introverts don't usually share much unless they feel comfortable, so it's important to make her feel heard and valued. Real story. During the second week, I asked Rachel, "So what's your go-to weekend activity when you're not buried in books?" She gave me a short reply, "I mostly stay in and binge watch shows." But then she said, "What about you?" That was my opening. I told her a little about my weekend hobby, and she gave a little more information. It wasn't much, but it was something. That's how you begin to build rapport with introverts. Small, gradual conversations. What to say? Keep it simple and about her interests. "What's the best show you've watched recently? I'm looking for something new to binge." You're always so focused. How do you stay so productive? Is there a hobby you'd recommend that helps you de-stress after a long week? Notice the open-ended nature of these questions. They invite her to share and don't put pressure on her to respond right away. Day 7. A shared interest. Make her feel comfortable sharing. By the end of week 2, try to find a topic or hobby she's genuinely passionate about. If she shares something like that, use it to deepen the conversation. Example. If she mentions enjoying painting, say, "You're into painting? I think that's awesome. What do you paint? Is it more abstract or realistic stuff?" Or, "If you ever want to show me some of your artwork, I'd love to check it out. I'm always amazed by people who can paint." Why this works? Introverts love sharing things they're passionate about. Asking to see her work or hear more about her passion helps build comfort and trust. Week 3. Starting to flirt. Small, playful compliments and subtle hints. Day 8 through 14. Subtle compliments. Focus on personality, not appearance. Now that you've built a little rapport, it's time to start gently showing her you like her. But remember, with introverts, subtlety is key. Real story. During the third week, I said to Rachel, I like how you always seem so organized. I need some of that in my life. She chuckled and said, "It's more of a mess than you think. I just hide it well." This compliment wasn't about her looks, it was about something that mattered to her, and it helped us bond over something she was proud of. What to say? "You have such a calm and focused vibe. I need some of that." "You always seem to know what you're doing. I'm impressed." "I love that you're always so organized. I'm the opposite. Help me out sometime." These types of compliments are low pressure and focus on something meaningful. Day 12 through 14. The subtle flirt. Give her small teases. Start adding playful teasing into the conversation. Be careful though. Introverts can be sensitive to sarcasm, so keep it light and fun. Example. "I'm pretty sure you're secretly a genius. Do you have a superhero identity I don't know about?" Or, "I bet you could probably teach me how to be more organized without making me feel bad about it, of course." Flirting at this stage is more about making her feel special in a subtle, comfortable way. Week 4. Building toward a real connection. Ask her out casually. Day 15 through 20. Introduce hangout invitations. By the end of week 3, you'll have established a solid connection. Now it's time to casually suggest hanging out outside of your regular setting. Since she's introverted, make sure it's a low-pressure, easygoing offer. Example. You, "Hey, I know you love something she enjoys, and I found this cool place that does related activity. Would you be up for checking it out with me sometime? There's a movie I think you'd like. Want to join me this weekend?" If she's interested, she'll appreciate the calm, no-strings-attached offer. Day 23-25. Go for a low-key hangout. Since she's shy, a quiet coffee shop, a cozy bookstore, or a small cafe are great options for a first hangout. The goal here is to keep things comfortable for her, so don't pressure her into anything grand. Example. How about we grab a coffee after work or school? I think you'll like this place. We can just chill. Week 5. The final steps. A confident but patient move. Day 26, 30-30. A subtle confession. Be honest, but not overbearing. By now, you've earned her trust and opened the door to deeper conversations. It's time to be honest about your feelings, but do it in a low-pressure way that matches the connection you've already built. Example. I've really enjoyed hanging out with you and getting to know you more. I'm starting to like you more than just a friend. I'd love to see where things could go. No pressure, though. This approach is honest, direct, and respectful of her boundaries, which is key when dealing with someone shy. Final thoughts. Patience is key. Flirting with a shy, quiet girl requires patience, understanding, and a little creativity. It's not about rushing things or trying to force her into anything. It's about letting her open up in her own time and showing her that you value her for who she is, not just for her looks. By following this 30-day strategy, you'll find that she'll start to trust you more, feel comfortable around you, and if the connection is strong, possibly even develop feelings for you. The key is to be consistent, thoughtful, and sensitive to her pace. If you're patient and genuine, you'll end up with more than just a crush. You'll build a connection that has real potential to grow. Good luck, and remember, slow and steady wins the race.